Hey, Kevin. You doing some secret writing?
Practicing my Sanskrit. Yeah. Question came in the other day, new TIG welder, and he said, how do I know when my nowhere near perfect fit up is so bad that I have to cut another piece of metal, or I have to cut a filler, I have to cut a little patch to go into this spot where things don't quite line up the way they're supposed to. You're doing a butt joint on something, you're going to want that fit up to be like that, tight. A nice, clean, even joint. This is 1/8 inch cold roll steel. So you could put, say maybe a 1/16 of an inch worth of gap in there and still get away with it. But when you start getting into 1/8 of an inch worth of gap, now you're kind of pushing your luck. You can still fill it. Lord knows I've done it enough times. But now you're getting into, is it structural? Is it cosmetic? Are you just trying to, patch up some little corner over here that's not going to have any weight on it? Or, are you working on the I-beam that holds up to half of the building or something? These are all things that you're going to have to decide because you're sitting there doing it. That little bit of a 1/16 of an inch gap, this is 1/16 filler rod. So you can see what that 1/16 of an inch gap looks like. So this, sure, you can fill this in no problem. With a 1/16 filler rod, if I was doing it, I'd reach for the 3/32 just to make sure I have enough metal to fill that gap and get on either side of my base metal so I get a good joint out of it. But when you start getting into, now this is 1/8 inch filler rod, when you start getting into that much of a gap, now you're going to have problems. Now you're going to have a weak joint. If it's not something that has a backer behind it, like this is a piece of, I think that's 1/4 inch copper plate that I would use to put two pieces together and be able to weld across, so I don't weld it to my bench. But if you're working on something up in the air and you've got this big old monster gap you're trying to fill, either cut a new piece of metal or you're going to have to cut a patch and put a patch in there and get it fit. Get it fit right, so it's tight in there so you can come in and get a good joint on it. That's the only way you're going to be sure. Just think you're the one who's going to be standing under it. You're the one whose life is on the line if this thing fails and it comes down on your head. So I hope that answers your question. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. And I got a little teaser for you guys. We're working on a t-shirt. Anybody interested? Leave your replies down here in the bottom. Let me know if you guys are interested. We'll bump up production a little bit. I'm going to get back to doing what I was doing. You guys are going to have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Kevin Caron, being a smartass. Take one.